Terastal Festival ex, last year's high-class set has introduced us to some beautiful evolution special arts, and while everyone seems to be gushing over the Umbreon, I personally prefer the Glaceon. I don't know, I just think the illustration is really cool. Even if this set does appear to focus mostly on the evolutions, we must shine a spotlight on some of the other cards from this set. Just take the Roaring Moon by Shinji Kanda, Raging Bolt by Uninori, or the Sandy Shocks by Tetsu Kayama, for example. If you prefer future Pokemon, then the Iron Valiant by Danshao has got you covered, and trust me when I tell you, this card looks amazing in person. Even full art trainer collectors can find some real gems in this set, like the Janine by Licton, Kieran by Iori Suzuki, and my personal favorite, the Friends in Paldea by Kona Nitanda. How's it going, everybody? Ben from basesetmew here, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I am opening a Terastal Festival ex booster box, last year's high class set. With the next high class set announcement being right around the corner, I thought it would be a good opportunity to take a look back at last year's high class set. I also still need a bunch of cards from this set, so without further ado, let's cut open this one. I think the main card I still need is the Umbreon. That's the only one I really want, technically. Well, there are, not to say that there aren't any more really cool ones in here. I mean, this set is super stacked with cool looking special art rares, right? So we'll just take a look and see what kind we can pull. And also, if you're new to these high class set, the way it works is Pokemon Japan always releases a special set like that at the end of the year, which contains all kinds of special cards. These usually come in 10-pack booster boxes with 10 cards each, as with this one, Terastal Festival ex. There's a bunch of them because pretty sure Pokemon Japan has done something like that for, I might get the year wrong, 8 years maybe? I know it started back in Sun and Moon with GX Ultra, I want to say, or GX Ultra Shiny, something like that. I think that was the first high class set, and every single pack is gonna have a double rare, and then one pack will have a special art rare, so you get a promised special art rare in these special sets, which is something that is not promised with normal Japanese booster boxes. The only thing you're promised in standard Japanese booster boxes is a super rare, and then if you're lucky, you get something better than a super rare, right? But in this one is a special set because you're always promised a special art rare. In certain cases, you could pull a special art rare and an additional super rare. That happens in these special boxes, which is cool. So let's see what the special art rare this time around is going to be. I think the very last box I opened of this set, I opened one of my favorite evolutions, actually my favorite evolution. I did pull the Glaceon, so maybe we can pull a Moonbreon, a cheeky Moonbreon, that would be cool. But I think I also pulled the Eevee in traditional Chinese, which was super cool. Love that card, still have it in my pile to great cards. Speaking of Eevee, here we have a double rare version. Look at this one, pretty cool, right? And then we also have a bunch of commons, and as I said, we do get a Master Ball reverse in this set specifically. Let's see though when we can pull in this one. This set, as I said, really cool. Most of the high-class Japanese sets usually are pretty expensive the further you go back, obviously. I think V-Star Universe is kind of odd because I think, if I recall correctly, V-Star Universe is still sitting at around 100, so it hasn't gone to like crazy heights yet. But it will, because, you know, it is out of print. That also, with these special sets, if you are a player from Japan, you have reprints of all kinds of cards, including very playable cards with this, is this Buddy Buddy Puff? But this is a very playable card, so once again, if you are based in Japan, this set is also really cool for you because in addition to getting like cool cards from maybe your collection, you also get to draw or get to pull playable cards in this one, and they're usually pretty cheap in these reprints as well. So all around, these sets are great for players and collectors alike. So let's see though what's in this one. Ooh, an Espeon, look at that. Look at this Espeon, very cool. So far though, no super rare or special art rare, I should say, inside. We have Larry right there and Morty at the end. We only have 5 packs left, so it is over as quickly as it began, because once again, you only get 10 packs. So, not a whole lot of packs, but it is every single pack in here is filled with so much fun, because every single card is super cool. Even the double rares, in my opinion, especially like the evolutions, right? I mean, that's almost everyone's favorite. So those are gonna be very, very sought after. Especially the Umbreon. That is the most expensive card of the evolutions. Maybe even the most expensive in the set, I'm not too sure. Here we have a Zoroark reverse, just a Pokeball reverse, so now Master Ball, but still very, very cool. And this one also, compared to the English releases, as well as the special art rare, as I will point out as soon as we pull one, the texture on these cards is so much more refined than we have in English. Like, it's no contest. Literally, it's so good. These look super cool. I've actually forgotten how good even these reverses look. This is also a very cool card in a reverse. Not even in a Master Ball. That one obviously looks cool. Just having this one in a Pokeball would also be pretty cool. I'd love to pull that one, because that looks really, really cool. The illustration itself is really, really cool. But then, of course, like, if you add that extra layer with the textures and everything, ooh, man, it looks so cool. Although, I wouldn't mind pulling a reverse of my favorite evolution, of course, with the Glaceon. That would also make my day. Let's see. I might end up doing the card trick for these remaining ones. Let's see. If we don't pull the special art rare in this pack... Ooh, hang on. We've got a golden card. We have a golden card, an Ogerpon. Look at that. An ultra rare. Yo, okay. We have an Ogerpon and Leafeon right there. Holy moly, did not expect that. Alright, let me sleeve up this Ogerpon, and then, holy moly, these look cool. I actually really like these gold cards. Although these newer gold cards from the recently released sets of Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia do look super, super cool. But they are, first of all, they're super hard to pull. Second, they're very popular, and you know what those two things add up to. Expensive cards, of course, so unfortunately, probably will never add the Lucario and Gardevoir to my collection. The Charizard for sure, like the Charizard is super expensive currently. Super, super expensive. Here we have the Bianca as a reverse. Look at that one, that also looks pretty cool. Love that illustration as well. Here we have the Palafin as a double rare, Tatsugiri there, we have Briar, we have some kind of hammer, and we have a Sea King at the end right here. 2 packs left. We did pull an ultra rare, which I'm not quite sure, since I haven't opened this set in, first of all, so long. I don't know if that takes the spot of the SAR. It might not, we'll see. Maybe we pull another, that would be really cool. I think we have something here. Do you see that shine? You know, I could be very unfun and hide that card until the last pack, but I'm not unfun. Let's see what we pull right here. Yo, the or the Sandy Shocks, I should say. I was gonna say the Magneton, but no, this is the Sandy Shocks. This is a cool card, don't get me wrong. This is a really, really cool card. I have pulled this exact same card in one of my boxes though, so this is a repeat for me. It's currently sitting in my secondary binder, but the card itself is super cool, and just look at that texture, man. Holy moly, there's no contest between these and the English ones, which is why I don't understand why the English ones are super expensive. I mean, because the set is not being printed enough, right? That's why they're so expensive. But if it just comes down to, like, art fidelity, this card looks way better. It also looks, like, if I hold it at this angle, it looks kind of trippy. I think this might have a texture shift. Let me just show you the remaining cards of this booster box right here. There you go. And then let me investigate this. Oh yeah, it does have a texture shift. It is very, very minuscule. It's really, really hard to spot. I don't even know if the camera can pick it up. But if I can't put it out on this camera, I might have to take a photo with my phone of the card in macro mode, right? Like real up close. It has a very, very minuscule texture shift. And that just makes the card look very trippy when you hold it a certain way. That's actually pretty cool. Yo, okay, that's the I think, third texture shift error I pull on a Japanese card, which is kind of funny, because Japanese quality control is usually top-notch. So pulling an error of any kind is really, really special. Yo, that's actually really cool, that texture shift. Man, oh man. Let's see what the last booster box holds for us. We have pulled 3 reverses, we've pulled an ultra rare and a special art rare, so I don't think there's anything else in this booster pack right here, unless this is an error box, of course. So let's just appreciate the commons and rares in this last remaining pack, of course, because there's also some pretty cool illustrations. As I said, if you are a player in Japan, you love these reprints. You love these A-Spec reprints as well. Yo, okay. We have a Pheasantipity right here, a Bouffalon. Look at that one. That also looks pretty cool. We have, what is this, Energy Snatch or something like that? We have Kirin right here, very cool, by Ghidorah. And some energy. Is this Cyclone energy? No, I feel like this is a different kind of energy. But there we are with this booster box opening. Yo, okay, even though I pulled a repeat with these Sandy Shocks, it is a texture shift error, so that is really, really cool. Yo, I would say, even though I didn't pull the Sunbreon or the Glaceon reverse, still a very successful opening, and as you know, I do enjoy every single opening, because these cards are still super cool to look at, even the commons and uncommons. They're really, really cool. I do love every single one of them, because that's just the person I am, I suppose. But anyways, I guess it does it for this video. If you enjoyed this one, then please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, then by all means give it a thumbs down. Tell me in the comments below what you didn't like, so I can try to fix that for future videos. Other than that, right here's the video you think is best suited for you. Right here's the subscribe button. Click this one first, then click this video. Check out any other videos in the description below, and I hope we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace, peace, take care.